Hey, what is going on YouTube? Aaron here. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. Sorry for not getting this video out sooner, but as you guys might know, I am actually out of town. There may be a CC collab later today, IRL in real life, with another very popular CC who's actually already done a video on this. What a Chad. But speaking of Chads, we got the Chads in my Discord who let me know that we have a new ship on the horizon. Who is she? And of course, Phalanx gave me the full rundown here. So absolute Chadness. Thank you, Phalanx, and to Pebis, and to anyone else who tagged me. I love when you guys do that stuff. It keeps me on my toes and ready to make the most egregious clickbait videos. No, I'm just kidding. Again, this is all speculation. We have no idea what this ship is going to be. However, we can highly hypothesize, if that's the right terminology there, that this is probably going to be the next campaign ship. We don't know. It could be. It could not be. Last time they gave us that Italian cruiser, and it was not. But as you guys can see here, the Haida is a Commonwealth Premium Tier 7 destroyer, so it would either match at Tier 7. I really hope that they kind of make this thing really strong and put her at Tier 8. We just got a Hydro Destroyer, the Lucian, at Tier 8. I think the more ships you have with different, varieties and different characteristics, the better the overall matchmaking is. Because right now, I'm not really home and playing, but I just know that there's 8 Lucians on each team. And while that will, excuse me, while that will kind of fade out as we get further, away from that campaign, anytime there is a strong campaign like that, you do see an overabundance of those ships, which is not necessarily a problem, for the one weekend where the ship comes out. Especially, like, we want stronger campaigns. It's a double-edged sword. But regardless, let's look at the Haida here, the Canadian tribal class destroyer built for the Royal Canadian Navy in contrast to British ships of the series that were commissioned before the beginning of World War II. She had stronger AA defenses installed in place of one of her main battery turrets. So she has those coveted 120 guns, 120 millimeter guns there. A little bit slower rate of fire compared to maybe the Lightning. Maybe not that much slower, but definitely compared to the Daring. So anytime I see ships like this, I just think of the Daring and how good the Daring is. But 5-second reload on that. 12-kilometer firing range, which is nice. I hope they keep that for Legends. I doubt they will. 15,700 HP. Torpedo tubes, do we have one or two? Because I think one of them was replaced. Yeah, one torpedo tube instead of two. The British destroyers and these, conversely, Commonwealth destroyers usually have either like an AA mount. If you have better AA, you're missing a torpedo tube or a gun. Or, if you don't have that good of AA, you get both torpedo tubes. But basically that is, you can always kind of, they just play around with, taking one of those away and replacing it. But let's go ahead and look at the pros and cons here. Oh, we get a secondary armament. The first person to give me a secondary close quarters expert, I will Venmo you $5 or Zelle you, but you have to be known and in my Discord. So that is something we may try and meme with a little later on. But pros, good health pool, fast-firing main battery with good range, best concealment among Tier 7 destroyers. Interesting. Has access to long-lasting hydroacoustic search. Nice, okay. Has access to crawling smoke generator. That could be, now of course, you can only go about 1/4 speed in most cases with a crawling smoke generator. So you couple that with your hydro and this crawling smoke, and you can push into enemy destroyers with your hydro going and absolutely obliterate them. But let's look at the cons. Poor shell velocity, fairly high firing arcs, make hitting targets at range difficult. Sure. Abysmal HE fire chance. What is it? Abysmal. What is abysmal? What does the game consider abysmal? Because I'll tell you abysmal. 5%. That's pretty abysmal. But I feel so that means I'm going to get like a 1% with my RNG. I actually have a video coming out, guys, where RNG has been so funny to me recently, but we know it's random and that's just the way the game is. Sometimes it's really frustrating when you're on the opposite end of it, but anyway. Secondary armament is virtually useless due to anemic damage output and penetrate. So like I said, anyone who sends me a video of a true close quarters expert in a standard match, I'll Venmo or Zelle $5. But only one quadruple torpedo rack with a lengthy reload. What is the reload? I know it was 8-kilometer range. I didn't say that, but what was the reload? 96 seconds. That's not awful. a minute and a half. I guess maybe at tier 7 when there's other, when Udachi reloads in like 60 seconds. But anyway, what are the max damage? 16,000. So yeah, you're definitely a primary gunboat, which that's a good thing. I think a lot of people rely on, and you can rely on concealment, but a lot of players rely on just sneaking past people without really trying to. The typical IJN player tries to sneak behind people with their concealment and just torpedo them. And I don't think it is a certain strategy, but I don't think that's the best way to up your skills as a destroyer player. A lot of destroyer mains tend to rely on their concealment as a crutch. But anyway, weak AA suite. Why did it say weak AA suite vulnerable to planes? Maybe just the guns because they're exposed, but it said it had better AA. I don't know. We'll have to see when we get the ship, obviously. But the hydroacoustic search consumable is short range. Yeah, we knew that. That's not really a con. I think that's more of a balancing factor. But regardless, guys, this ship is on the horizon. I'm super excited for it. Hopefully it's tier 7 in our game. Honestly, hopefully it's tier 8. Like I mentioned, I want this ship to be very strong. Again, we want stronger ships. I know that obviously that is power creep in the ships that you once, thought were very strong. Massachusetts kind of comes to mind, and a few of those other ones. Power creep is just a natural progression of games like this, but we do want strong ships. It's really. It's honestly really boring just getting these campaign ships, which, like Schroeder, I'm sorry, is terrible. It's just, yes, it's tanky. I'm cool secondaries, cool fireworks show, but it's just terrible. Lucian, I think, is a ship maybe a little too strong, but again, you run into that double-edged sword almost every time. But yeah, guys, this is the Haida here. Super excited. There's not too many ships left on PC that. The Hindenburg, obviously, but the Haida, and it's taken way too long, but of course Wargaming has their, spreadsheet of release, for doubloons, and they're going to be running it. But, let me know your guys' thoughts on this ship and future ships to come. And, yeah, hopefully we get to do a little bit of a CC meetup today. I'm excited for that. I don't want to release too much information. I know this person wouldn't really care and probably will say it himself. But anyway, love you guys. I will see you guys later today. Or, yeah, I think I'm going to do this video now. I have a little bit of time at the hotel here. So love you guys. Aaron out. Peace.